The Galaxy Note 20 Ultra needs to accomplish 3 things: be preferable over its ancestor, fix the stumbles made by the last phone the organization graced with the Ultra moniker, and set up a real battle against the best and most brilliant opponents of 2020. How hard might that all at some point be? Whether you're a well-established Note client or this is your most memorable leader phone ever, there's little uncertainty that the Note 20 Ultra conveys essentially all that you could want in a lead phone, and some, yet there's an unequivocal unevenness in the amount, quality esteem recipe on offer here. Design. Samsung has, at any rate, capitalized on the liberal impression on which the Note 20 Ultra sits. The display's bezels are as of now thin regardless, and the board's bended sides not just award this section of a handset a more agreeable hand feel, yet in addition provide it with the presence of having basically no upward bezels by any means. The spiritualist bronze completion, the marked tone for basically all that Samsung divulged at its August 2020 Unloaded occasion, is staggering, delivering the rear of the Note as though it were a sheet of copper-shaded glossy silk, dissimilar to the 2 other colorways the phone comes in. The bronze is the only one with this sand-impacted appearance, which additionally means its surface. On the potential gain, it's the predominant choice in the event that you could do without fingerprints. Nonetheless, it produces a part less foothold than its monochromatic partners. In spite of a genuine feeling of dread toward mishandling the sizable Note, it's in fact one of the hardest glass-bodied passages in the series to date, holding IP68 residue and water opposition, while likewise appearing Corning's most recent Gorilla Glass Victus on both the front and back. Screen and sound. Push past the off-kilter showcasing, name for the AMOLED screen on the Note 20 Ultra, and the broad board at play is an amazing sight. Variety, contrast, generally brilliance, seeing points, sharpness, it's all first rate, to the point that this is one of the most outstanding looking smartphone displays at present available. Of course, it sports the striking variety profile, which as you can envision, pushes symbolism past regular cutoff points. Dive into the settings, be that as it may, and you can streamline things with a satisfying degree of fine-grained command over both variety and white equilibrium in the event that you wish. With this being a Note, the Vagrant 19 3:9 viewpoint proportion likewise checks out, contrasted with the S20 Ultras, as need might arise, while as yet being ideal for media utilization. Then, at that point, there's the issue of refresh rate. Out the case, the Ultra gains full HD plus visuals with a versatile 120 Hz refresh rate. This is probably the most effective way to appreciate content on this fable. It feels like One UI Samsung's client experience has been changed to highlight the upsides of a higher refresh rate, with apparently snappier movements as you swipe around. It likewise helps sell the phone's strong, responsive underpinnings. You truly do likewise have the choice of knocking resolution up to WQHD+. However, similarly as with the S20 line, there's a trick. Clients are as yet made to pick between partaking in a higher refresh rate or higher resolution. Seeing on the Ultra, you can have both. It was a constraint that we were frustrated to find on Samsung's leads from prior in the year, and one that we were trusting the power client-driven Note 20 Ultra wouldn't experience the ill effects of. There's little uncertainty that the equipment is fit for conveying both, so it's expected that Samsung's interests about battery performance are excessively perfect to give up command over such settings to clients. All things considered, I envision Note clients to be more in fact knowledgeable than most, and okay with recognizing a straightforward on-screen advance notice. Were they ready to set both 120 Hz and WQHD+ seeing modes on simultaneously? Sound is a less complex undertaking. The Note 20 Ultra swears off a headphone jack, however accompanies tuned USB-C AKG in headphones and box. In the meantime, its sound system amplifier arrangement conveys mids and highs from behind the display, while bass is pushed out of a down-confronting grille offset from the USB port. It's not the most adjusted sound arrangement, and needs punch, however, offers remarkable clearness, making it extraordinary for verbally expressed word, less so for any semblance of pendulum. Software. The Note is Samsung's chance to exhibit the best and most splendid highlights it can gather in a cell phone, and there's little to scrutinize. That with regards to One UI 2.5 on Android 10, and on 2022, it was upgraded to Android 12 with One UI 4.1. It's jam-stuffed. There's an unmistakable total improvement, yet it's framed from little changes out of control. New framework wide route with the SPN, empowered by extra Anyplace activities. Live inscriptions letting you tracking with any sound. In any event, when the phone is quieted, plus an enormously upgraded Samsung Notes application. Notes incorporates new formats, offers PDF import and comment, and a component called Sound Bookmark, allowing you to record sound notes. That connection with explicit places in your composition. S Pen clients will see the value in the Auto Fix button, which works best on longer sentences, as well as new customization choices over text style, weight, and variety that you can append to penmanship sometime later. Any reasonable person would agree that it very well may be somewhat scary having the chance to hold with One UI, assuming you've never experienced Samsung's kind of Android before. However, the extent of elements is adjusted by the capacity to secure and incapacitate, stow away, or eliminate essentially all that you see as clamor against the apparatuses you really care about. Any place you pick the Note 20 Ultra up on the planet, feeling like a quick, strong device is going. A lead chipset and 12 gigabytes of smash ensures that and ensures future-proofing for the typical existence of such a phone. However, while you're following through on such costs, you hope to get the best of the best, and by Samsung's own confirmation, the rendition of the Note 20 Ultra we tried isn't. Battery. Then, at that point, there's the issue of certifiable use, with testing coming about in 3.5 to 4 hours of screen on time, far beneath anything I'd consider okay for a phone with a 4500 mAh battery, and costing however much the Note does. I simply trust that such low figures are the consequence of the versatile battery innovation actually learning my utilization designs prior to demanding its own power productivity protocols. Basically, Samsung's 25-watt quick charging is better than average. 45-watt charging may as of now not be on the table yet, regardless of the referred to wattage. The phone tops off at seemingly a stunningly fast speed, arriving at 60% charge in a short time, and a full charge in barely 60 minutes. S Pen. What is a cutting-edge note on the off chance that not a Galaxy S phone turned into a productivity machine via its integrated pointer? While new motions and usefulness have proactively been covered, another change Samsung has made to the current year's S Pen is ostensibly its generally significant, lower in activity. With the Ultra, Samsung's figured out how to decrease the S Pen's inertness down to a practically indistinct 9 ms. This implies it takes on the most settled pointer available, the Apple Pencil, and in upheld encounters, similar to Samsung's own Notes application, it works like a fantasy, the nearest to composing utilizing actual media that I've encountered from a pointer to date. Cameras. The S20 Ultra's 108MP sensor and 100x space zoom unquestionably got features, yet conveyed a few striking compromises when they were really put to utilize. The 100x amplification had minimal true use and reliably produced not exactly heavenly outcomes, while the utilize of such a huge imaging sensor brought about steady self-adjust issues across the two stills and video. A Note 20 Ultra has a similar fundamental equipment, with 2 or 3 significant shifts, specifically the expansion of an improved laser self-adjust framework that stayed on track hunting under wraps, and a changed 50x most extreme zoom, which is undeniably more usable. Has Samsung resolved the greatest imperfections of the S20 Ultra's camera? I'd say as much, and as a rule, have a few eminent chances out of the Note 20 Ultra. That 108MP actually experiences a restricted profundity of concentration, however, a constraint of material science, staying such a genuinely huge sensor so near such a little focal point. In any case, figure out how the Note 20 Ultra's primary camera will in general act, and the picture processing will guarantee you can take some wonderful photographs. Past that, however, picture processing is steady and makes for satisfying last shots, with a lot of detail, great differentiation, variety, and normal-looking bokeh. While shooting pictures, you additionally have a ton of post-catch command over perspectives like foundation obscure and lighting impacts, with reliably great subject location assisting the software with controlling the foundation without relics. Yet again, a reward of the move up to One UI 4.1 is that the camera recollects the last mode utilized, which will speak to forgiving Samsung fans, while the greater part of the freshest improvements tumble to the video side of things. The Note 20 Ultra catches incredible video, straight up to 8 Kelvin film at 24 FPS. I'd avoid this because of document size and the overall inconvenient nature of the work process around such video. However, it's a noteworthy flex regardless. Finally, thanks for watching this video. See you again next time.